Right now, DeSantis in Wisconsin. As he meets with powerful donors, we have expert analysis on his chances of winning the state.
And breaking overnight, abortion vote, the ban that Iowa lawmakers are trying to push across the finish line.
And Doppler track is producing some rain across parts of Illinois. This will fill in and bring us a pretty good chance of rain. We'll have the details coming up.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome to News 3 Now this morning. Thanks for waking up with us. I'm Leah Lynchide.
I'm Chris Stanford. Kelly Slifka's got your first warn forecast this morning. The sun is up and shining. We're going to see some rain, though, move in after the sunshine this morning.
Yeah, it looks like we've got a few more hours yet here in Madison of some dry weather, but as we get in the mid to late morning hours, we are looking at a pretty good chance of some rain. And by the noon hour, early afternoon, it's going to be a pretty solid area of rain here in Madison. That's the way it looks right now. Right now, Doppler track showing that the rain is south of the border here in parts of Illinois. But what we're watching is off to the west. Cluster of storms moving across Minnesota and Iowa. This will continue to fill in and produce some rain for us. They do have some severe weather watches out across Iowa. Looks like the main threat for severe weather is going to stay out to our south. Can't rule out some of these storms producing some hail, though, as we go into the afternoon. Likely seeing some of that rain moving through today, and we do have another good chance, it looks like, by Friday afternoon, Friday evening. Thursday, though, through next week, we're going to be warming back up after a cooler than average day today, and our chances of rain after this week look pretty slim going into the weekend into much of next week. 62 in the Dells, 57 in Juneau, so a nice mild start to the morning. 61 currently in Madison. Quiet for now, but as we go to 11 to noon, we're looking at the rain to be spreading into the Madison area. Some heavy downpours expected early this afternoon. And then as we go after 4 or 5 o'clock, it looks like that rain will be on the way out and it should be dry going into the evening, but rather cool with temperatures only in the 70s today. Temperatures likely to be warming back in the 80s, and we do have another chance for some rain on Friday. More details coming up.
All right, thank you, Kelly. Topping our local headlines this morning, a local hospital is opening up a new unit to provide more space for its emergency departments.
Our Shane Hogan is here now with how this announcement could help patients in the area. Good morning, Shane.
Hey, good morning, Leah. That's right. Unity Point Health Meritor is opening a new admission unit in effort to open up some more room and space in those emergency departments. The new unit will be a medically monitored waiting area for adults who need to be admitted to the hospital but are waiting for an open bed. The unit will care for between 4 to 8 patients at a time.
This admission unit will help us keep admissions moving through and patients' care being initiated while we're discharging patients and cleaning those rooms to be reused.
This addition will also help patients who arrive in an ambulance who may need an unscheduled admission to the hospital, as well as the flow of other hospital operations. The new unit should also help with nurses that they can begin care for patients while keeping emergency room beds available. And something we've heard the last few years, especially during the pandemic, guys, is, wait times in emergency rooms have spiked a little bit. So hopefully something like this will help the local area and these hospitals just kind of have a more efficiency when it comes to those ERs.
Yeah, we constantly hear from patients and from the healthcare system about those long wait times in emergency rooms and urgent care. So hopefully this makes a difference in at least one healthcare organization in town, Shane.
You got it.
Shane Hogan.
Not Josh.
Shane Hogan, thank you very much.
All right, 6:03 now to some breaking news from overnight. The governor of Iowa says she will sign a new bill passed overnight that bans abortions at 6 weeks. She plans on signing it Friday, which would immediately make the measure law. As it stands right now, abortions are still legal in Iowa up to 20 weeks. The ban includes exceptions for rape and incest.
Columbia County has a new board supervisor this morning. Voters from Cortland, Fountain Prairie, and the village of Cambria have ousted Adam Hahn. His challenger winning by almost 20 percentage points. Derek Granquist will now take over the seat on the board. In a brief statement to News 3 Now, Hahn said he wanted to thank everyone who supported him. The recall election itself was held over a debate on solar farm projects in the area. In March, the county board had asked the Wisconsin Public Service Commission to deny a project's application. Hahn was one of the supervisors who voted against doing so, so he was in support of that solar project.
There will be an informal informational session before the city's Urban Design Commission regarding some new housing today. The proposed apartment complex would be at 529 University Avenue. That's where Vintage Spirits is. The Carey Group's proposing to demolish and replace Vintage Spirits with a 12-story building. The developer says he's looking to increase housing density in the area as Minnesotians demand more housing.
And so the idea was let's just do a nice high-end boutique kind of property in a great location. I mean, this is, we feel this is as good a location as there is.
This high-end property proposal is coming at a time when some members of the city council are rallying against housing they say is unaffordable for most students.
Spent a lot of time at Vintage in College. It's an iconic spot downtown.
Yeah, seeing more and more of that lately.
6:05, a big East Side community project all wrapped up, and you're invited to the celebration today. Crews have been working on Union Corners now for 10 years. If you haven't visited, maybe you've driven by here. It includes apartments, retail, and a new healthcare clinic and urgent care. It's at East Washington, Winnebago, and Milwaukee Street. Today's celebration starts at 4 this afternoon. It is open to the public. There will be food and live entertainment.
And another housing development underway in Middleton today. Mayor Emily Kuhn will be there at the groundbreaking for the Mill Apartments. It's described as 52 units of affordable workforce housing. It is on Century Avenue.
A 39-year-old man is recovering this morning after being hit by a car on the city's north side. Police say the driver was heading on North Sherman Avenue Monday night. The driver was turning onto Commercial Avenue when they hit the man. Police say they still haven't charged the driver. The investigation is still ongoing.
A man will likely be facing multiple charges after a chaotic scene in Madison. Police say the man tried running away from the crash site where a car hit a tree Sunday night. This was right here at the intersection of Stoughton and Buckeye. When officers first responded, they approached the person, and then they say that he tried to fight off police. He was then taken to the hospital where they say he struggled, or he continued to struggle. Charges aren't yet finalized. Well, an update now on that big sales tax vote in Milwaukee. It will increase. The city's Common Council voted to raise that sales tax 2%. Those in support of the tax increase say it was necessary to avoid bankruptcy. Those in opposition say it'll hurt those with fixed income the most. The tax plan came with attachments, including limits on funding for diversity efforts in the city, which is currently dealing with an underfunded pension system. Its essential services like police and fire departments have become partially reliant on federal pandemic funds. This sales tax increase will begin next year.
To campaign news now, a major presidential candidate in Wisconsin this week, where his numbers are trending better than the rest of the nation. The latest Marquette Law School poll shows Ron DeSantis and Donald Trump are neck and neck for the Republican presidential nomination here in the state. DeSantis, as such, is focused on getting the Wisconsin vote. He was in Lake Geneva yesterday for a fundraiser with some pretty powerful donors. He's trailing Trump by double digits, though, in most other national polls.
I think at this point, the DeSantis team just needs some positive news. They need some positive vibes. And I think they can find that in Wisconsin, because a lot of key Wisconsin Republicans are hostile or skeptical when it comes to Donald Trump and are very eager for an alternative to Donald Trump.
The first 2023 Republican primary debate will be held in Milwaukee in just over a month. Here in Madison, a special visitor for kids at the Boys and Girls Clubs of Dane County this week. The organization is holding a number of events. They start today from 10 until 4 today. There's going to be a summer transition conference that's over at the Goodman Community Center. It's for incoming college freshmen. Then there's a Money Matters mini camp from 10 till 2 today and tomorrow. Tomorrow, former Badger and current Miami Dolphin player Alec Ingold will host the event. It's at the brand new McKenzie Regional Workforce Center. This event's for teenagers who'll be learning all about finances, public speaking, and interviewing. Pretty cool.
Yeah, something else going on today as we take a live look at the Capitol. We got concerts on the square tonight at 7 o'clock. Tonight, it's a Wisconsin celebration. A series of Wisconsin musicians will take the stage. The program's in honor of 25 years of school music advocacy with Madison Public Schools.
All right, it's 6:08 on your Wednesday. Coming up in sports, the summer of the Watt brothers continues. They're receiving an honor reserved for the very best.
And howdy doody, it's Josh Ryder in the 608 this morning. We are live in Baraboo to learn a little history at the Sac County Historical Society. We'll be right back.
Hello, I'm Mike Lindell, and I'm here to tell you about my brand new product, My Slippers. What makes my slippers different from those other slippers is my exclusive 4-layer design. I wanted my slippers to have everything you'd ever want in a pair of slippers.
When I first put my slippers on, I was like, wow, they feel great, and most importantly, they have the support that I need in a pair of slippers.
I'm interrupting this commercial to let you know we're having the biggest My Slipper closeout sale ever. Get our all-season My Slippers and sandals at clearance prices. They're made with our patented impact gel that absorbs and releases pressure so you can comfortably wear them all day long. So go to mypillow.com or call the number on your screen. Use your promo code to get our all-season My Slippers, originally on sale for $59.98, now only $25, or our sandals for just $19.50. Quantities are extremely limited, so please order now.
Lean back and enjoy the summer savings at the Century House. Right now, get a $100 instant rebate for every $1,000 you spend on any qualifying stressless seating. The more you spend, the more you can save instantly. So furnish an entire room with the most comfortable seating in the world and watch the savings add up. Shop the Century House, 3420 University Avenue in Madison.
Papa Murphy's presents How to Change the Way You Pizza. Step 1, carefully knead dough. Step 2, artfully spread sauce. Step 3, add fresh mozzarella and assemble toppings. Step 4, realize we already did all that for you. So all you have to do is bake it. Right now, get a large cheeseburger pizza with ground beef, burger sauce, onions, and pickles. Papa Murphy's, change the way you pizza.
After a serious crash with a semi-truck, everything can change instantly. Your future, your family's future, your quality of life. That's why knowledge and results matter in big truck cases. And not all law firms have the know-how or the resources to handle these complicated cases. At Gruberg Law Offices, we have the experience it takes to make sure you're protected. And there's never a fee until we win your case. Gruberg Law Offices, one call, that's all.
Menards is your plumbing headquarters. Be prepared for flooding and keep your basement dry. Some pumps are energy efficient and can be used for many applications. This thermoplastic submersible utility pump is $45.99 after 11% off. Move water quickly with Barracuda's utility pump with an attachable hose. Pick up a half-horsepower utility pump kit for just $89.99 after rebate. Save 11% on utility pumps right now at Menards.
Save big money at Menards.
You're watching News 3 Now this morning.
Welcome back, 612. We're in the 608 this morning, seeing what's happening in the Sauk County Historical Society this summer.
Josh Ryder is live there in Baraboo this morning, showing us around a beautiful historic mansion. Wow, this thing is something, Josh.
Oh my gosh, yeah, this is incredible, guys. And what we've learned so far, even in an hour of News 3 Now this morning, is pretty special here. Really what makes Sauk County what it is today. Of course, we're here at the Van Orden Mansion. Paul Walter is the executive director of this historical society. Paul, thank you so much.
You're so welcome.
This is so fun, and this is open to the public.
Yep, Friday and Saturday afternoons from 12 to 4 p.m.
So they'll see a little bit of everything from, you know, history lessons of some of the artifacts to some of the people of interest, which is what you guys are really focused on this summer.
Right, a persons of interest exhibit, but also a lot of interactivity here. We saw the old phone downstairs that you were just on, but here's another relic that you have to be a certain age to understand.
Not a lot of kids these days understand that.
Kind of fun to see them come in here and try and dial.
Like, what is that?
Right.
I love it.
Right.
And that's really what you guys are showcasing, because this goes back to 1903 here, and obviously a lot has happened in the last 120 years.
Exactly, yeah, just since that time. So we have an early, the first TV ever seen in Baraboo from Danube TV is right there.
That is so, and I mean, at that time, that was a big thing.
Yeah, it sure was, yep. Black and white programming.
Howdy Doody, of course.
Yep.
So you talk about the persons of interest, of course, you know, what makes Sauk County what it is the people that have been here for so long.
Exactly, yep. Two here from the town of Delton. Roger Marshall was a Supreme Court Justice for Wisconsin, but also believed in good roads in Wisconsin, which was pivotal. Actually personally paying for pavement in the Delton area that helped people that were visiting. And then much later, Tommy Bartlett, who started his ski show on Lake Delton in 1953. And that was an icon until the pandemic. So
yeah, and this is, you know, all over Sauk County. And I love, Paul, what you talk about is, obviously this goes back over 100 years, but you are still learning new history even today. And this little exhibit is one of those examples.
Right. In 2009, we didn't know what it was, but we found a cistern next to the carriage house on the neighbors, well, on our property, but next to the carriage house. And it turned out that they were throwing garbage in there as early as maybe 1910, 1915. So it was a look into their life, what they ate and drank, and broken dishes and light bulbs and toothbrushes and olive oil containers. We had no idea olive oil was such a thing 100 years ago, and that was a real kind of like finding a little bit of King Tut's tomb.
Seriously, so neat. So this is all what people can check out. So if people are interested in visiting the Madden Orden Mansion, what do they need to know?
We're at 531 4th Avenue in Baraboo, and we're open Friday and Saturdays from 12 to 4.
And a lot to learn here.
Yes, definitely.
Thank you so much for the tour this morning, giving people a little taste as well. Of course, you have to come see it for yourself, so if you want information on tickets and all that stuff, I posted a link to the story up on channel3000.com, guys. Pretty cool here, just the history we've learned in just a couple of minutes. I wish we could give you even more because there's so much to learn.
Yeah, even that phone that's on the wall right there, like, that's so cool.
It's gorgeous. Move us in.
All right.
Hello.
Josh has got to make some calls. He's got a long list. He's got a long call list.
Good to talk to you, Josh.
Right.
See you later.
Don't forget to let Josh know what inspires you in the 608. Reach out on social media or email him for a chance to be featured.
The only person more popular than Josh Spreiter, Kelly Slifka, with that first warm weather.
I was just thinking, I wonder if the cell phone would work with that kind of phone. I don't know if they quite are compatible or not.
You just called me.
Yeah, well, there you go. Hey, we've got a pretty nice start to the morning. We actually have some sun right now, but we've got some good news because we do have some rain in our forecast. We've got three more hours yet of some dry weather here in the Madison area. In fact, Doppler track showing that most of the rain that we had in extreme southern Wisconsin is now pushed even further south. What we're watching is this cluster of storms moving across Minnesota and Iowa. In fact, they're expecting some severe weather with a severe thunderstorm watch, one from until 8 o'clock and one until 11 o'clock for the Des Moines and Waterloo area. I don't think the severe weather threat is too high here, but that'll be an issue, especially south of the border, where they do have a slight risk of severe weather. That is from Iowa into Illinois. We're under a marginal risk of severe weather, so that is the lowest. But some of these storms that roll on in going in the afternoon could actually produce some large hail, something we'll be watching for. We'll also be watching for the concerts on the square. Now, as they are setting up, we are expecting some rain at 3 o'clock. And if you're trying to head out there early, expect some rain. And obviously, the grounds are going to be wet. During the evening hours, as that concert starts, it should be dry. But noticing that temperature only around 70 degrees. Rainfall amounts, we're looking at anywhere between 1/4 to an inch, just depending on where some of these heavier showers end up training over. Hopefully, all of us get some decent rains because obviously we need it with this ongoing drought. And the rain is actually going to hold our temperatures down about 10 degrees below our average for this time of the year as we only hit the lower 70s, and that's due to that rain that'll be moving in. Now, we do have a good chance of rain. Our rain is pretty likely today. A little bit of a chance tonight into tomorrow, but another decent chance of some rain, it looks like, by Friday night. Those are our two best opportunities of rain. As we go through the weekend into next week, it's looking mainly dry, and we're going to see those temperatures soar. So we've got a wet, rainy Wednesday. I think most of us are okay with that. Another chance of some showers and storms that looks like a Friday afternoon, Friday evening, and then generally dry weather for this weekend into next week. 62 at the Dells right now, 61 in Madison, Janesville at 63 across Dane County. Most of us around at 60 or just above that. 64 in Cottage Grove and also Stoughton. 63 right now in Oregon. So we're planning this out as we get toward 11 toward noon. Showers and storms rolling out of southwestern Wisconsin. You see some heavier reds, even some purples. That would indicate some heavy downpours. Hopefully we get some of these moving through. During the noon hour into the early afternoon, we'll see that rain passing through after about 4 o'clock. A lot of that to our east. So we've got about 4 hours, a good solid 4 hours of some rain expected going into the afternoon. That's going to keep our temperatures on the cooler side. And for contrast on the square, we are expecting dry weather, but rather cool temperatures around 70. As isolated thunderstorm chance tomorrow. The first warm forecast ramps that up Friday afternoon, Friday evening, and pretty good chance of some rain. Then generally dry this weekend into much of next week, and temperatures warming from the upper 80s into the low 90s by Thursday and Friday.
Some commitment videos are just better than others. This one would be one of those videos, and not just because of the view. The last guy staying dry is, of course, wearing Wisconsin gear, meaning The Hawaii to Madison pipeline was up and running as Alenu Lafayette officially committed to the University of Wisconsin, and the Badgers are getting a good one. He's ranked the 21st edge rusher in the country and the #2 prospect in the state of Hawaii. Lafayette called Nick Herbig one of his biggest role models in his life and said he watches film of Herbig almost every night to try to mirror him on the field. It's been the summer of the Watts. JJ retired and then became a minority owner of an English soccer club, while TJ and Derek both had their high school jerseys retired. But it gets even better. The three will be featured on a Wheaties box. JJ and TJ landed on the cover, becoming the first brother duo to do so in Wheaties history. And then the three Watts are all looking dapper in tuxes on the back. The limited edition box will be released in August. Right now, you can't find a better team in the USL League One than your forward Madison Flamingos. They've won 4 of the last 5, and for the first time in team history, they're in first place this late of the season. But the Mingos are not satisfied because there's still a lot of soccer left to be played. And they know just because they're playing well right now doesn't mean they're guaranteed to stay there.
Being up towards the top is better than being at the bottom. It's still early to get too excited about it because it's such a bottleneck in the table. 6 points between first place and out of the playoffs, so we've still got a lot of work to do. Things are clicking, and obviously when you're in that moment, you kind of want to ride the wave. It's continuing to focus on the things that we want to do, the way we want to play, how we want to defend, how we want to attack, not getting too focused on the results.
And that's it for Morning Sports. Have a great day.
Thanks, Zach. 6:21 coming up. A popular cooking show is headed to Madison when you can watch coming up next.
And as we head to break, a look at gas prices this morning in Dane County and across Wisconsin. We'll be right back.
Watch News 3 Now at 6 with Eric, Charlotte, Gary, and Zach. Weeknights.
Don't miss the Smith Brothers Factory Authorized Sale on now. Select from many styles on our showroom floor or custom order the Amish crafted sofa just right for you.
Save big on quality Smith Brothers furniture.
At Wanakee Furniture, ETC.
We're doing everything we can to reduce our carbon footprint.
We are 100% employee owned.
We are Barnes.
Landscape design can be overwhelming. Our experienced residential landscape designers work together with you to make any vision come to life. Welcome to Barnesville. From planting to tree and shrub pruning, seeding to sodding, mowing to mulching, and everything in between. Discover the Barnes difference. Get started at barnesinc.net.
Allergies aren't fun for anyone, especially when they work their way into your home. A professional air duct cleaning from Stanley Steamer can dramatically improve indoor air quality and significantly reduce indoor allergens. Installing our whole home purification system Restore will even help prevent the spread of airborne viruses and bacteria. If you want to significantly reduce allergy triggers in your home, call or go online to book a free inspection today.
No more suffering from chronic nagging joint pain. The hope for relief is here at QC Kinetics. No surgery or steroids.
Nothing beats giving people their quality of life back. And that's what we do here at QC Kinetics, every day.
Regenerative treatments provide long-term results by addressing the root cause of pain, right in the office. Call for your complimentary consultation today. QC Kinetics. Finally, hope for relief.
Very loud. It sounds like a bull running through a china shop. I don't know what else to say.
People don't realize how nice a door can run until they get it serviced. It's whisper quiet. Your neighbors will thank you.
Precision Door Service, a name you can trust.
Nurtec is the only medication that can treat and prevent my migraine attacks all in one.
Don't take if allergic to Nurtec. Allergic reactions can occur even days after using. Most common side effects were nausea, indigestion, and stomach pain. Talk to your doctor about Nurtec today.
At Lawton Cates, your life counts is more than just a slogan. Because around here, we're all about comebacks. Whether it's helping you recover after a car accident or return to the job following an injury, it's us fighting the odds and the insurance company to make sure you get the compensation you and your family deserve. No one loves a great comeback story more than Lawton Cates, which motivates us to fight for our clients every day. Your life counts. Lawton Cates. Call us today.
Don't miss the Smith Brothers Factory Authorized Sale on now. Select from many styles on our showroom floor or custom order the Amish crafted sofa just right for you.
Save big on quality Smith Brothers furniture.
At Wanakee Furniture, ETC.
Welcome back. Let's give you a look at somebody's My Morning.
Look how close this is.
I'm guessing this is
KCG?
our boy KCG. Yeah, look at that.
Is that a veiny deer or is that a veiny deer?
She's got a lot of animals snacking.
I feel like he's had a lot of caffeine.
Or
We're going to wrap this up. Thank you, Kevin, for that picture. We appreciate it.
Okay, let's get to our trending story of the day. Foodies and fans of Bravo's Top Chef, get ready because the show is heading to Wisconsin for its 21st season.
It was veiny, okay? It had a veiny head.
Anyways, competition show will film in both Madison and Milwaukee beginning later this summer. Casting details have not yet been announced, so we'll stay tuned for that. Maybe where some of the restaurants will be, some of the chefs that will be competing. The episodes are scheduled to air in 2024, but they're going to start filming this summer. Really exciting for the culinary scene here in Madison and in Milwaukee. Get to show off a little bit for the rest of the world. I mean, this is a very popular show, 20-plus seasons, so really good opportunity for local chefs here to flex their muscles a little bit.
Madison just won James Beard Award, the chef over at Fairchild.
Yes.
And that's, you know, history being made in Madison.
James Beard Award is, you know, the highest of honors.
Doesn't get any higher.
Yeah, it should be exciting.
Great opportunity for the city to showcase itself on the national stage.
Yeah, absolutely.
I have mixed feelings when these kinds of things happen because, like, I don't want too much exposure because I don't want to give away, like, the secrets.
Yeah,
I like Madison.
Keep just a little.
Bah humbug! Stay out of my city.
I like it when we fly under the radar.
Out of my backyard.
It's underrated, but a really cool opportunity.
All right, hey, we got some rain headed into the viewing area. We'll track it next.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
This week's Hy-Vee hot deals are Stamilk red cherries, just $2.99 a pound. Select General Mills cereal, $1.88. And value packs of Hy-Vee chicken breasts, only $2.99 a pound. Get the hottest deals all week long at Hy-Vee.
When our clean, shiny truck pulls up in front of your house, yes! Everyone starts clapping because everyone is happy. And that's why they all start dancing. Woo!
Call 1-800-GOT-JUNK.
I'm Megan Tim, Director of Community Health at SSM Health. You may know us as healthcare providers, but we live here too. And as good neighbors, we know our community thrives when we take care of each other. That's why SSM Health and News 3 Now are sharing the keys to health. Watch for our expert information and advice on air, online, and at fun local events. Join SSM Health and News 3 Now, and together we'll unlock a healthier community by taking time for kids.
In a Class 3 casino, you're playing against the house, so there's no guarantee a player has to win, ever. And in a Class 2 casino, the players play against each other, and not the house. So someone always wins.
So you're saying...
He's saying if you want to win at something, you have to go to Ho Chunk Gaming Madison, a Class 2 casino where someone has to win.
How about this then?
Ho Chunk Gaming Madison.
America, it's time to gear up and get out there in a new Ford vehicle. And it all starts at your local Ford dealer during the Discover Summer Sales Event. Choose from a great selection of trucks and SUVs equipped with the tech and comfort you need to discover your best summer ever. With a large inventory in stock, now is the best time to trade in, trade up, and discover summer with Ford. Now get a Ford F-150 XLT or Ford Lightning with 3.9% APR financing for 60 months plus $1,000 retail trade assist cash and $500 low APR cash.
Hold on, I'm coming. You didn't tell me you were getting McDonald's.
Try a toasted bagel sandwich and pair it with a $2 medium iced coffee. Now even bolder.
Shop Macy's Black Friday and July specials now. Like underwear, bras, and more starting at $9.99. Up to 65% off Samsonite, Travel Pro, and more. And Effie Fine jewelry. Plus get free shipping with any $25 purchase at Macy's.
When our clean, shiny truck pulls up in front of your house, yes! everyone starts clapping because everyone is happy. And that's why they all start dancing. Woo!
Call 1-800-GOT-JUNK.
This week's Hy-Vee hot deals are Cheez-It crackers, just $1.94. Buy 2, get 2 free on select Coke products. And Cottonelle bath tissue or Viva paper towels, only $5.97. Get the hottest deals all week long at Hy-Vee.
Right now, we continue our coverage of a massive fire in Waushara County. New information on the injuries and how it might have started.
Plus, does your water filter keep PFAS out? We're going to break down the best filters for your home.
And let's give you your first look outside this morning. Some welcome rain to start out our Wednesday, Kelly.
Yeah, right now it is sunny, but we do have some rain that is being picked up on our Doppler track, and there's more behind that. We'll talk more about how much we can expect coming out.
Well, that's some great news to start off your Wednesday morning. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to News 3 Now this morning. I'm Chris Stanford.
I'm Leah Lynchad. We get it all. We get this gorgeous sunrise, and we get that badly. Yeah, move it.
My hub. Sorry.
Just leave.
I'm trying. Yeah, beautiful start to the morning. I'm not going anywhere.
There we go. Full screen.
I'm not going anywhere.
There
Thank
we
you,
go.
Sue.
Hey, so we get this, Kelly, plus those badly needed rains later today.
Yeah, we've got the rain now, and anybody that's going to be commuting this morning, it should be no problem other than the sun obviously is very bright on the eastern horizon. But as we get into the mid to late morning hours, we're going to see some rain spreading in. And what we're watching is out to the west. A solid area of rain here in parts of Minnesota, Iowa. In fact, actually some severe thunderstorm watches in parts of Iowa. Those are our thunderstorm chances later this morning into the afternoon. And we've got about 4 hours, maybe 5 hours of some rain. So it looks likely today. Another good chance coming our way Friday afternoon and Friday night. It's going to be warming up after today's cooler than average day throughout next week, and only slim chance of rain. So we've got a couple of good chances of rain this week. After that, it looks generally dry and starting to heat back up. 61 right now in Madison, 63 in Janesville, 62 in the Dell. So a nice start to the morning with the sun coming up. As you plan your day, the noon hour, it looks like it's going to be a solid area of rain spreading on in, some embedded thunderstorms. Chances of some severe weather, especially down into Illinois. Can't rule out some of these cells producing some hail going into the early afternoon hours. As we get toward 4 o'clock, most of this starting to move on to the east. As we get in the rush hour headed home, I think most of the rain is over with. Some of the roads might still be wet. Concerts on the square, some of the grass might be wet, but it should be dry as we go into the evening hours. So that is some good news as well. Temperatures right now starting out in the low 60s, a comfortable start. Later this morning, though, we are expecting that rain and maybe some heavier downpours expected going into the afternoon. We'll see how much rain we can expect coming up in about 15 minutes.
Kelly, thank you. Keep an eye on those rain totals and those other chances for rain that we have later on in our forecast over on our First Warn Weather app. It is free to download. 632, PFAS remain a concern in Madison and really across Wisconsin as these forever chemicals are showing up in our everyday life.
We are helping you out this morning, though. Our Shane Hogan is here with how you can try to eliminate these chemicals from your tap water and keep your family safe. Hey, Shane.
Hey, Chris, that's right. Get this number. Nearly half of the country's tap water could be contaminated with PFAS. That's according to a new study. The so-called forever chemicals have been linked to an increased risk for a number of health issues, including cancer. But the good news, some water filters can block these chemicals. The Environmental Working Group tested 10 water pitchers and found 3 that stood well above the rest. Pitchers from clearly filtered and zero water blocked 100% of PFAS tested, as did the standing travel Berkey filter system. The Epic Pure pitcher was close. That blocked 98% of PFAS.
They actually reduced PFAS down to non-detectable levels, which is really great. We weren't really expecting to see that.
Good news indeed. Now, for the pitchers to work properly, you need to consistently change the filters, but buying new ones can add up. The Travel Berkey sells for about $330, but the filter will last you 8 years. The other recommended pitchers have a lower upfront price, but changing the filters can cost hundreds of dollars a year. For a full year's use, Epic has the lowest price out of those recommended ones. Another reminder for those who like to fish on Madison lakes and eat their catch, PFAS has been detected in Madison lakes. So the Wisconsin DNR has a full list of which fish they recommend you should and should not eat. We have a link for all of that information up in a story on channel3000.com. And guys, PFAS, it's not something new. We've been hearing about this for years now. But again, another reminder where in our daily lives, makeup, fish our tap water. So just some good reminders here and something you can do about it to keep you and your family safe.
So I never filter my water because we have the filter on our fridge. I just drink the water right out of the fridge. Looked that up this morning. That does not filter out PFAS. This is really helpful information, Shane. I'm going to look at this.
Yeah, you know, it might cost you a couple $100 there, but to have that peace of mind, knowing you're drinking clean water is definitely important.
All right, good information. Thank you, Shane. Take your valuables out of your vehicles. That is a new warning this morning from the Dane County Sheriff's Office because 3 people just reported their cars were broken into at dog parks in the town of Verona. It happened at the Token Creek Park in the town of Burke. A woman says that someone smashed in her window and stole her wallet. If you have any information about these break-ins, call the Dane County tip line at 608-284-6142.
New this morning, after a 7-hour-long city council meeting overnight, the Madison Council approving some changes for a property on West Johnson Street to offer more housing. 17 yes and 2 no votes were cast to rezone the property. This is across from the Hampton by Hilton. That's where the Bassett Street Brunch Club is as well. That means it can be developed into a mixed-use district. The plan to use it for housing and business. In a statement overnight, Mayor Satya Rhodes-Conway says the development would double the number of units in that area. That works toward her goal of drastically increasing housing in the city.
The Middleton Cross Plains School District offering up some more money to recruit badly needed bus drivers. The district's one of a few in the area that directly employs the drivers rather than contract the service out. Starting pay now at $24 an hour. It's all aimed at helping recruit. Also, these drivers will be trained and then licensed to hit the road. The school district is still accepting applications this morning. You can find a link to do that at channel3000.com.
Developing news this morning. We're working toward learning more about 2 men who were found dead in Dodgeville over the weekend. The Iowa County Sheriff's Office says officers and paramedics were sent to a home on Jamie Street in Dodgeville in the early morning hours of Saturday. That's where they found a 29-year-old man dead. Later that afternoon, a couple of miles away, they were called to the American Hotel. That's just outside of town, where a 33-year-old man was found dead. Officers aren't saying whether the 2 deaths are connected. They say there's no danger, though, to the public.
A driver in Oregon lucky to walk away unharmed after his dump truck turned over. First responders were called to Highway Double M north of Pleasant Oak Drive around 9 o'clock yesterday morning. Officers say the dump truck blew a tire. The driver overcorrected and lost control. The driver's just fine, although some diesel and fluids leaked out from the truck, but it's all been contained. No other drivers were impacted by the crash.
New this morning, a trespasser facing even worse charges after a gun fell out of his pocket. Police say the man was being escorted out of a building on North Francis Street downtown near the 5-way intersection of University Avenue. A gun fell out of his sweatshirt. He picked it up and then ran off. He was arrested with the gun still on him about 6 blocks away near the UW campus. Possible charges include a felon in possession of a firearm, carrying a concealed weapon, and bail jumping.
Several new updates this morning on that massive fire in Waushara County, including the cause. The DNR says it was started by someone burning debris in a burn pit over the weekend that then reignited on Monday. The DNR says the person responsible could be on the hook for the entire bill. This started southeast of Coloma, ended up ripping through more than 800 acres. We also have an update on the injuries this morning. A firefighter hurt in the response is now out of the hospital. 7 others were treated at the scene. Then there were the conditions. 20-mile-an-hour wind gusts caused the perfect conditions for this fire to spread.
Without that wind driving that, it made it really, the wind driving is what made it hard to contain, and today's lower winds are what's going to help us keep this fire checked up and hopefully get it contained.
We've also learned the fire destroyed 3 homes and 17 sheds and barns.
Check out some of these photos sent to us of a fire at Devil's Lake. This happened Monday night. The DNR says fireworks caused it. Luckily, firefighters were able to put the fire out before it grew. This is nothing compared to the size of the Waushara County fire. This is about 3/4 of an acre. Still, though, look at the smoke coming from this bluff. Big enough to cause a concern. A reminder, most of south and central Wisconsin still under either a high or moderate risk for fire danger. Before you start a fire, whether you're burning something or it's a campfire, check your area to see what the fire risk is and if you need to secure a burn permit. 6:38, coming up after the break, the White House fighting back. A new plan to tackle a drug that's responsible for 1 in 10 fentanyl overdoses.
And we do have some much needed rain on the way later this morning. We'll time it all out for you in the first warn forecast coming up.
And we're live in the 608 this morning as we are in Baraboo checking out what's happening this summer at the Sauk County Historical Society. Come along for a history lesson when we come back.
We're busy. I get it. So Stanton Optical works with your schedule. Buy online, pick up in store same day, and get a free fitting. I mean, look at my to-do list. Skip the wait. Get your kids' glasses made the same day, only at Stanton Optical.
McGann Furniture Downtown Baraboo invites you to come in for their huge Summer Sizzler Sale. It's our biggest sale of the year. For a limited time only, take advantage of sizzling hot markdowns throughout the store. All furniture, bedding, flooring, dining room sets, and accessories marked down with the lowest prices of the year. Plus, get free delivery. Hurry in today. The huge store-wide Summer Sizzler Sale at McGann Furniture ends July 22nd. You'll be glad you did. Since 1905, McGann Furniture, Downtown Baraboo.
You think, how can this arch support in my shoe make my back pain go away? But it works. And how can it make my knee pain go away? It was incredible.
Thanks to the Good Feet store.
Special report.
Spectrum brings us Spectrum One, where Spectrum Internet, advanced Wi-Fi, and unlimited mobile come together to keep you seamlessly connected wherever you are!
Switch to Spectrum One and get 300 megabit internet for $49.99 a month, plus free advanced Wi-Fi and one free line of unlimited mobile with no contract. Call 1-833-743-4999.
The Coopers here just got Spectrum One. Why did you switch?
With Spectrum One, we get a super fast, reliable connection. Look, with Spectrum Internet, I can stream Spectrum News across all our devices.
And the advanced Wi-Fi has enhanced security and privacy features that automatically block online threats, keeping our family and devices safe and secure.
How reliable is Spectrum Mobile?
It's a super reliable service coast to coast.
And it includes nationwide 5G.
Switch to Spectrum One and get 300 megabit internet for $49.99 a month, plus free advanced Wi-Fi and one free line of unlimited mobile with the fastest wireless speeds. Call 1-833-743-4999 or visit a Spectrum store today.
Post says the key is under the Bisanguita cactus.
When you want to easily unlock your vacation,
Really helpful.
it matters where you stay. True by Hilton. Hilton for the stay.
At Stanton Optical, you get great value on eye care, including contacts. Right now, get a 1-year supply of AccuView Oasis and an eye exam for only $189. Scan now to book your eye exam. Yay, technology.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather, where you'll find out first with Madison's certified most accurate forecast.
Look for just a bit of a drop in temperatures for the latter part of the week.
Trust the experience of Chief Meteorologist Gary Canalti and the First Warn Weather team to help you plan your day.
We will start to see some of these showers and storms flare up
and alert you whenever and wherever you need it. First Warn Weather, Madison's certified most accurate team, keeping you ahead of the storms. You're watching News 3 Now this morning.
Time 6:42. We're on the Health Watch this morning, talking about a new powerful drug that is increasingly to blame for overdose deaths across the U.S. The White House now unveiling a new strategy to fight deaths from xylazine. The drug is a potent veterinary sedative. It's usually found mixed with other illegal drugs like fentanyl. Doctors say xylazine lowers a person's blood pressure, breathing, and heart rate to unsafe levels. It also drops the effectiveness of Narcan in stopping overdoses. The White House now wants to increase testing for xylazine to see just how widespread it is, and then direct government agencies to collect more data and take steps to stop the spread.
6:43, Kelly Slifka is outside with your First Warn weather, timing out the storms we should see sometime this morning, Kelly.
Yeah, it looks like later this morning. I know you're looking outside and it's nice and sunny. We've got clear skies here currently, but that's because all the energy is focused off to our west where this thunderstorm complex is developing. But right now, Doppler track, nothing here in southern Wisconsin. It's down to our south, but the cluster of storms producing quite a bit of weather here in parts of Iowa where they do have severe thunderstorm watches. That's the storms that will be moving in later this morning, going in the afternoon. We're looking at about a good 4 hours of some rain developing later this morning into the afternoon. And then I think by the late afternoon, evening, most of this should be on out. Severe weather threat looks pretty minimal around here. We're a marginal risk. That is the lowest on the category there. A slight risk down the south in the yellow, including Des Moines through Waterloo, and then just south of Chicago. That is a slight risk of severe weather. A little better chance that they may see some large hail and also some damaging winds. You can see this cluster of storms rotating out of this main area of low pressure, moving through the Dakotas. That's the cluster of storms that'll be brushing across southern Wisconsin. The severe weather threat's going to be a little bit closer to that front, though, it looks like this afternoon. So as you plan your morning, the next few hours looks to be dry. As we get closer toward that noon hour, you can see that chance of rain really ramps up, and some of this rain could come down fairly heavy toward the noon hour into the early afternoon hours. But then as we get toward 4 or 5 o'clock, that chance of rain really diminishes. And I expect this evening to be dry. There is another chance that we could see some rain develop after midnight tonight, which would be good news. So hopefully all of us get some of this beneficial rain that we're expecting today. You can see the rainfall totals across southern Wisconsin, 1/4 to 1 inch. I know this is kind of all over the place, but at least all of us do have that pretty good shot for some rain. And with the rain moving in, it's going to keep our temperatures down, only in the lower 70s today. Our average high is 82, kind of getting a break from the heat. A rainy Wednesday for us, and I think most of us will take that. We do have another good chance coming our way, it looks like, by Friday afternoon and evening. This weekend looks generally dry, and we'll start to warm it up as well. 63 in the Dalles, 61 right now in Madison, 63 in Janesville, and across Dane County. All of us in the 60, 65 right now in Sauk City, 64 in Sun Prairie. So timing this out as we get toward the late morning hours into the noon hour, the showers and storms start to rotate into the Madison area. Through the early afternoon hours, mid-afternoon hours, it starts to move on to the east late afternoon as we get toward the rush hour. Looking at most of this over there toward Milwaukee, we should see some clearing just in time for concerts on the square. Should be dry this evening, of course, with all the rain moving through. Expecting a lot of puddles and some wet grass as well. Maybe an isolated storm tomorrow. Better chances come our way, it looks like, by Friday afternoon, Friday evening. Temperatures in the mid-80s this weekend, generally dry. Really heating up next week. Temperatures in the upper 80s and low 90s.
All right, Kelly Slifka on the patio. Thanks, Kelly. 6:45 in the 608 this morning. We're seeing what's happening this summer at the Sauk County Historical Society.
Josh Breider's live there in Baraboo with the story. Hey, Josh. And Stanford. Hi.
Hey, guys. Good morning. Look at this. I've got the keys to some history here at the Van Orden Mansion in Baraboo. And there's a lot to check out just in our time here in the 608 this morning. We've been learning a lot of what makes Baraboo and Sauk County what it is. Come along with me, of course, the kitchen. Now we're into the butler's pantry, and this is where Paul Walter, the executive director of the Sauk County Historical Society, is waiting for us. Paul, good morning.
Right, welcome to this special little room designed to hold all the dishes, silverware, napkins for the family of the Van Ordens when they lived here.
So this place dates back to 1903, and they thought of everything. Of course, you know, they had all of the rooms for the servers, and this is one of them.
Yeah, between the kitchen and the dining rooms. Come on in and you can see where the family ate their meals.
Big old dining room.
Right, when we got the house in 1938, they gifted us the table and chairs as well, so this is where they sat.
So when you think back over, 120 years now, and a lot of this is original, I mean, that's pretty neat to be able to preserve that right here in Sauk County.
It is, yeah, this house is a real gem with the original kitchen and all the rooms intact and even some of the furniture.
That's so cool. So, of course, we've been talking about the Van Ordens. This is the Van Orden Mansion. What's the history there, Paul?
Yeah, so Jacob Van Orden was a banker, and he was the bank of choice for the Ringling Brothers Circus when they started in 1884, and he was a real partner with them, lending them money when they were stuck in the mud in the early days, literally, and really helped promote that circus, and they reciprocated by making that their bank of choice for when they really got rich.
So then this place, back in 1903, cost how much?
$10,000. The average house was about $2,000.
So at that time, this was a pretty big deal.
It was, yeah. Third floor ballroom, the whole works. Literally keeping up with those Ringling Brothers because they were building their own houses at that time.
So a lot of history here, and I also like how throughout each room you have the little QR codes that people can check out and take a little tour here.
Right, and we're up to date with technology so they can scan those and hear a little tidbit about each room. And
that's so neat, you know, and you're mentioning the persons of interest, and that's what you guys have going on this summer. And this is really, it's the people that make Sauk County what it is today.
Yeah, people like Jacob Van Orden and about 25 other people we've highlighted in this special exhibit this year.
So you are welcoming people in. You guys are open year-round, but if people are interested in coming in for themselves and learning even more than what we've been able to showcase this morning, what do they need to know?
Well, we're open here at the museum Friday and Saturday afternoons from 12 to 4 through October, but our History Center in another building is open year-round Wednesday through Friday, 12 to 4. And if they want to do research on Sauk County families or subjects, we've got it all down there.
Awesome. So if you'd like to get tickets, we've posted a link up on channel3000.com. Of course, you guys couldn't do this without the community support.
Right. Lots of community support, lots of members from here and across the country. We have supporters from all over the United States.
Well, Paul, thank you so much. I appreciate your time here this morning, guys. Learning a lot of history about what Sauk County is and how it is what it is here today, guys. So, of course, this was just a little bit of a taste, but there's so much to be learned here. So if you want to learn more, again, you can go to channel3000.com and just come visit for yourself.
Gosh, I learned a couple of things today. I can't believe that building was $10,000. It'd be like $5 million today.
No kidding.
Wild.
At least. Oh, it is gorgeous. Make sure to thank the folks there for keeping that building looking as gorgeous as it was probably the day that it was built. I have a lot of appreciation and respect for people who keep up the historical nature of stuff like that. So, Josh Breider, thanks for telling us what's going on in Sauk County this morning.
Remember to let Josh know what inspires you in the 608. You can reach out to him on social media or shoot him an email.
Coming up in the morning sprint, an increase in guns through Wisconsin airports, the local numbers, and the fines that violators could face.
But first, if you have a little kid turning 3 soon, please let us know so we can celebrate.
Sponsored by Three Bears Resort, Indoor Water Park and Conference Center in Warrens, Wisconsin.
Don't wait until November. Black Friday in July is now at Furniture and Appliance Mart. Save up to $450 instantly on appliance deals like these. And low monthly payment options starting at just $10 a month. Black Friday in July is here at Furniture and Appliance Mart inside Ashley.
Reviews are very important. It really reflects on how we're handling customers at Precision Door. It's feeling like I'm helping out my neighbor. Quality service quickly from a name you can trust.
Precision Door Service, a name you can trust.
Okay, guys, we're all here because US Cellular has an incredible deal. Right now, you can get 4 lines with unlimited data for just $90 total.
Sorry, just double checking. Is it really that good of a deal?
Yeah, it's a huge deal. On top of that, you also get 4 free phones.
4 free phones! Wow, I just triple checked and that's awesome.
So go get that deal. Or at least help me clip. Do you check the expiration dates?
Oh, I can do that.
Great.
4 lines for $90 a month plus 4 free phones. US Cellular, built for us.
Sometimes it takes a different approach to see the possibilities all around you.
Thanks.
Thank you for coming together. With Capella University's game-changing FlexPath format, take courses on your own terms and apply the skills you learn right away. Imagine your future differently with Capella University.
You've got this. 10 days, 2 kids, and the open road. Tourist traps? Set. Souvenir allowances? Dispersed. Juice boxes? Abundant. You've got this. Just like Associated Bank's got you, with access to over 30,000 surcharge-free ATMs. So when must-see attractions become must-pay with cash adventures, we've got you.
Mom, why is the front door open?
You've got this with Associated Bank.
Cool the kids and calm yourself with ceiling fans in your bedrooms from Madison Lighting. This energy-saving appliance will earn its keep. Quiet, efficient, and on sale for just a few more days at Madison Lighting. Hurry.
Hi, I'm Daryl from Little America. Blake and his cousin Connor are here with their families from Madison today. What's your favorite ride? Connor's older sister, Cassie, told me her favorite is the go-karts. Mom loves that she can bring a picnic basket, and Dad enjoys miniature golf. There's fun for the whole family at Little America, where big fun is only a few miles away.
Don't wait until November. Black Friday in July is now at Ashley. Find in-stock doorbusters at discounts up to 60% off. Plus, get bonus discounts on clearance items and special buys. And low monthly payment options starting at just $9 a month. Only at Ashley.
Channel 3000 Plus. Watch from your streaming media player or mobile device.
6:53, time for the morning sprint.
The Dane County Sheriff's Office has a warning for you. Keep your valuables out of your car. That's because parks across the county are seeing an uptick in car break-ins. In the town of Verona, 3 people reported their cars broken into at area dog parks. And in the town of Burke, a woman says her window was smashed and wallets stolen while she was at the Token Creek Park.
A new board supervisor taking office today in Columbia County. Last night, voters ousted Adam Hahn in favor of Derek Granquist. With nearly 20% more votes, this recall election was all over a solar farm proposal. In March, the board asked the Wisconsin Public Service Commission to deny High Noon Solar's project application. Hahn was one of the supervisors who supported that.
After a 7-hour-long city council meeting, the Madison Council is approving a property on West Johnson Street to offer more housing. 17 yes, 2 no votes cast to rezone the property across from the Hampton by Hilton. That's also where the Bassett Street Brunch Club is. The plan is to use it for housing and business. In a statement overnight, Mayor Satya Rhodes Conway says the development would double the number of units in that area.
A pedestrian hit in Madison, now in the hospital. Monday night, a 39-year-old man was crossing the road at North Sherman and Commercial Avenues near Barron Bottle. A driver turned onto Commercial and hit the man. Police say he suffered significant injuries. The driver's not been charged. The investigation is active.
A Fort Atkinson woman is dead in the 3rd fatal crash in Greene County this year. This weekend, the 60-year-old was riding a motorcycle south of New Glarus. She collided with another motorcycle as it was turning into the New Glarus Brewing Company.
TSA says they've stopped 1.5 times more people for having guns at airports in Wisconsin compared to last year. 18 guns have been stopped at security checkpoints compared to 12 this time last year. At Dane County Regional, 2 were stopped at Mitchell and Milwaukee. They had the most, 10. If you have a gun at security checkpoint, you could face a fine of up to $15,000. That big sales tax vote in Milwaukee passed with a 12-3 vote. So that sales tax is going to move forward. It's a tax meant to avoid a budget shortfall in Milwaukee that would end in layoffs of over 1,000 fire, police, and city employees. After the vote, the council is shifting its focus now to sue over revenue restrictions. Those restrictions are independent fire and police commissions not allowed to set department policy, mandatory school resource officers, and inability to fund streetcar programs or diversity, equity, and inclusion.
All right, good morning. Meteorologist Kelly Slifka watching our Doppler track. Fairly quiet now here in southern Wisconsin, but we are watching a big cluster of showers and storms off to the west. This is our chance of some rain, pretty good shot of rain. Later this morning, going in the afternoon, you can track this out. 11 o'clock, this system moves into southwestern parts of the state. Here at the noon hour, looking at some pretty good downpours expected in the Madison area before moving on out. So as you plan your day, count on a good chance of some rain, especially toward the noon hour. Starts to diminish quickly this evening, and then we're looking at some quieter weather tomorrow. Another chance of rain on Friday.
All right, Kelly Slifka, thank you, and thanks for joining us this morning, folks. We'll be back in half an hour.